Something tells me I'm going to have to get the bleep machine out on this article here, because Frederic Vasseur, the team principal of Scuderia Ferrari, has come out in very strong and defiant defence of his star driver, or one of his star drivers, Sir Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion. He's had a mixed bag of results, really, when it comes to his time at Ferrari so far. More bad than good, I would say, if I'm being totally honest. At the end of the day, of course, he did win the Chinese Grand Prix sprint, but aside from that, he has been very much outpaced by Charles Leclerc. Is that because Charles Leclerc is supremely talented? Is it because Sir Lewis Hamilton is overrated? Is he struggling to get up to speed with the car? It's all differing opinions at the end of the day. Everyone's got one, and Frederic Vasseur, like I said, he is very much... It's very much come out in defence of Hamilton, let's just say. So like I said, probably going to be one or two bleeps in here. I gave a little scan of the article before I'm going to read it here. And yeah, there's a few bits normally I would take out or just kind of skip over, but hey, you know, let's have some fun. Why the hell not? Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Frederic Vasseur could not hold back the expletives as he slammed recent reporting about Lewis Hamilton's struggle to get up to speed at Ferrari. There is no doubt that the 7-time world champion is yet to live up to the pre-season hype of his move from Mercedes, with Ferrari boss Vasseur even admitting as he departed Jeddah he's having too many ups and downs. The partisan Italian media agrees, with La Gazzetta dello Sport declaring that Hamilton has so far fallen well short of expectations. But Vasseur was particularly triggered by a reporter who asked the Frenchman why he thinks 40-year-old Hamilton's personal performance has dropped so dramatically in 2025. Dramatically, Vasseur exclaimed. We did 5 races so far. I know you want a big headline, saying Fred said this, but this is Vasseur said the kind of ups and downs he's referring to earlier are normal in sport, making clear that he will continue to support Hamilton's push to find his form. I will be 2000% behind him, he insisted. I'm not worried at all. We'll start to find solutions and we'll start to immediately discover the causes. Vasseur said he thinks Hamilton is sometimes treated differently from other drivers. I suspect that you didn't draw the same conclusion with Max Verstappen when he was 7th last week. As for the journalist at the receiving end of Vasseur's anger, the Ferrari boss continued, you just do what you want. I'm not going to worry about you. However, the reporter is not the only one critical of Hamilton or even Vasseur. Well-known Italian F1 insider Leo Torini said that the 56-year-old Frenchman who runs the Ferrari team, Vasseur's balance sheet says this: 1 podium in 5 races. Is that enough? Not at all. Can we imagine a better future? Maybe, even if the disappointment is palpable, especially considering that there is another Ferrari, the one from the WEC, that wins, Torini added. As for Hamilton, Torini continued, that he is slower than Leclerc on a lap, well, I took for granted. The point is the size of the gap. Now, I don't like the attacks, and I supported Lewis's hiring, and I hope he can prove right those who, like me, believed in the sporting validity of the signing. We'll see, while keeping in mind that the doubts of many are legitimate. Spanish commentator Antonio Lobato, however, suspects Ferrari made the decision to oust Carlos Sainz in favour of Hamilton with commercial interests front of mind. Is that what they wanted? To sell caps and t-shirts and nothing more, he said on DAZN. I say if you really want to take over social media and sell a lot of caps, sign Jennifer Lopez instead, and you might sell even more. J-Lo was at the race in Saudi, wasn't she? She was wearing an interesting outfit. She's definitely not lacking confidence. Good for her. But yeah, but yeah. I mean, listen. I'm a Hamilton defender at the end of the day. I do think him going to Ferrari is something that he needed. Whether Ferrari needed that or not is debatable. Right now, he is relatively struggling. I think it's pretty obvious that's the case. But at the end of the day, we're going to get good weekends and bad weekends. We're saying 1 podium in 5 races, and that's true. But he also did win the Chinese sprint. And I know, before anybody says it, it's not a Grand Prix. I know. But he still showed that he's got something. And I think Hamilton's just going to take a bit of time to get used to that car, really, because he does perform decently well on some weekends, and then some weekends not so much. I mean, Saudi was a bad one. He was really off it. He really was. I mean, like, 30 seconds by the finish behind Charles Leclerc. It's not great, really, is it? It's half a second a lap around a track like that, coming up to that kind of gap. So that's a lot, and it don't look good, I'll be honest. But, you know, I do think he's a person that has so much experience of winning at Mercedes and McLaren, and that is something that Ferrari is missing, or it was missing anyway. So we'll see what happens. Long way to go. We're like just over a fifth of the way through the season. We're yet to go to a track that I would say is a proper Hamilton circuit. And I've said this a few times in my videos previously. You know, when we get to Silverstone, Canada, Hungary, you know, these are Hamilton circuits. He does so well around there. Let's see how he does then. If he's still being beaten comfortably by Charles Leclerc, then I think questions have to be asked, really, at that point. Now, I'm not saying they should get rid of him. I'm not. But questions has to be asked. Why is he not performing at this point? You know, you would be saying the same about anybody. You know, drivers get a lot less time in the sport than even that. There's rumours about Jack Doohan, for example, not even racing in Miami in a couple of weeks because Colapinto's going to come in. Completely different scenario, completely different drivers and everything like that. But you know what I mean? These things can turn around fast in Formula One. So yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I've already done a few questions, really, when it comes to Hamilton. I think I know most of your guys' kind of opinions, but I've not really asked, can Hamilton turn this around? And if so, when? When will he turn this around? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, keep it subscribed here to the channel for much more content like this. Have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you soon. Have a good one.